I'm Jamie Kleeman with Green TV, and today we're spending time with Janet Milkman, the Executive Director of the Delaware Valley Green Building Council. Janet, thank you for being here today.
I'm so happy to be here.
It's an exciting time at Greenbuild. I'd love to hear about your organization and your latest initiatives.
Well, we're the local chapter of the U.S. Green Building Council. We're called the Delaware Valley Green Building Council, and our region is eastern Pennsylvania and the whole state of Delaware. And we have a lot of members from South Jersey as well. So what we aim to do as a nonprofit mission-driven organization is to help promote green building practices and to help people understand what they are, to help people learn about them, to help people use them. So we've been working for a couple years now to get the Green Building Conference here. We're going to have 25,000 people here and in our region, which is a great opportunity for us to show all of the fantastic work that's happening here. We have 35 green building tours happening over the week, and we have lots of great publications coming out of it. So part of our goal with Greenbuild is just raising the visibility, both for our own folks here, but also for the world to see how great our region is in terms of green building practices. We also work a great deal with schools, mostly K through 12 schools, and we do that in a few ways. We work sort of ground up with facilities managers in school buildings and with teachers and with students, and then also sort of top down, talking to the superintendents and teachers unions and school boards to help them understand the value of a green school and how it can help kids learn better and stay healthier and learn also about their environment and how to make a better future for themselves. So we work on schools, we work on Greenbuild, and we're also doing a lot with our decision makers in the region. In Delaware, we helped get the Green and Better Buildings Advisory Council started at the state level. So that's an organization for legislators and state agency folks to talk together about how to best incentivize green building practices in the state of Delaware.
Excellent. I'm interested in what you were saying about working with schools, having children. Are STEM programs something that you're a part of or that you come in and discuss with children? I see them growing in our area.
Yes. I mean, we think that the curriculum piece is one of the three really critical elements of green schools. So, and definitely the work around green building practices translates beautifully into STEM programs. And so that's a wonderful way to get the curriculum, get the students engaged in some of the facilities related issues and concerns and their environment, whether it's issues like how much rain is falling or how hot it is in the school, the temperature, the daylight in the schools. All of those things lend themselves to wonderful lessons for the kids.
One of the biggest things I'm finding from being at Greenbuild is how important the balance that what everyone is doing, the green efforts are to people's lives. And it was interesting when you said how a building can impact your health, your mindset, and then your workflow. So I think that is something that I've had my eyes open to, and it must be exciting to educate others that it's not just a building, or it's a whole environment. And how much that can impact your work. Well, congratulations on getting Greenbuild right in your backyard. What are your next exciting goals?
Well, we're looking at, and the whole green building movement overall is looking at a new direction, kind of building on our work over the last decade, which has focused on the environmental impacts of buildings and building products and building processes, to the human health impacts of those buildings. So that's always been a partial focus of the green building industry, but it's becoming much more directed now, because I think we have a fairly good handle on materials, but what we are thinking about now is how does a building product impact human health from the moment it's extracted from the ground to the people who are working on its manufacturing process, to the delivery of the product to the company, to the delivery of the product to the site, to the impact of the product actually when it's in use, you know, by the consumer at the end. So what's that whole life cycle of the product, and how is it impacting people along every step of the way?
That's so interesting, because I think a lot of people might, you know, we've had a shift that people are paying more attention to their diet,
Right.
and organic foods and GMOs,
Right.
and how that impacts your health and
Right.
well-being. But I think it's interesting that there is going to be more awareness of not just food, but everything in your surroundings and how that impacts your life.
Yeah, it's such a big issue and it's very complicated, and the problem now is that there's very little transparency. It's really hard to figure out, you know, if you have a product, unless you cut down the tree and you sawed the wood and you put it in your wall, it's really hard to figure out what is in there and what happened to it. So something called the Healthy Product Declaration is this new initiative, and a lot of companies, Certainty, Saint-Gobain, a lot of the furniture companies, Hayworth, and Knoll are really investing a ton of money in research and looking into this, and I think that's the future of our work.
That sounds great, and how great for us, the people and consumers, if we could have a guide that says, you know, they've done that for water bottles and certain things, you know, BPAs, but if we could know that when making major purchases, how it will impact us. So. Well, thank you so much for your work.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, enjoy Greenbuild, and can't wait to see more of your exciting work in the future.
Thanks so much.